everyone, Linda here. It's time for the Christmas Cards All Year challenge at Your Paper Pantry, and I found this die stamp set at Tuesday morning, and I thought it'd be fun to do this pretty much this exact same card. So what I did is first I stamped a bunch of them with my Misty and just stamped them in black ink, but I didn't like the way the black looked. It didn't, I don't know, it just didn't pop. I'll probably still color them and use them. But I went back and I did some more with embossing powder. So I want to show you how I did that. And this one, it comes with dies that you can make all these different layers with. You know, the two other layers. And I really like that look. But I thought, you know, I think I wanted to stay flat. But I still wanted to have this showing. So I'll show you how I did that. So I'm going to stamp this with my Misty and embossing powder. So first I'm going to take some, I don't know what's in here, baby powder or something. It's static free. It's to make it static free so that the embossing powder only goes where the embossing powder is supposed to go. We'll see how that works because I've got a big mess on my desk now. So I'm just putting Versamark ink on here. This is watercolor paper, so I really like to stamp it twice because I just don't always, you know, you can't really see it. I have a little bit, got black all over my thing, so it shows a little bit, but. And then I have a Versamark pen that I just want to make these lines a little thicker or bigger in here. I think I'm going to use the wider side so that when the embossing powder goes on it, these lines show up. See, I can't even hardly see these lines. I don't think I did that one right, but that's okay. So then I'm going to move my Misty out of the way. Get my black embossing powder, and I'm just going to sprinkle this on here. And I think I have 11 cards that I'm starting this month. I just thought it would be fun to use something that I purchased. See, that looks pretty good. And then I'm just going to heat set it with this tool. I'm going to turn the camera off for that though because it's noisy. So now to color these, I'm going to use some Tim Holtz Distress ink. And when I had my desk made, I just had a big piece of plate glass put on it. So I'm just going to smoosh some ink onto it and use that to paint my tree with. My desk is just made from, this is an old door, a piece of glass. It's a hollow core door too. It's not like it's a fancy one by any means. This is Forest Moss. I need a blue and a red and some vintage photo. That blue's very light. Probably should do one color at a time, but we'll see how long they last. And because they're Distress ink, they're water activated, so it might be a case where I just can keep water coloring with it. So I'm just going to take some of this mustard seed and do the star. And then I have a scrap piece of watercolor paper that I can just clean it up with. I got a little too much water in there. And then I want to take a red, do this little ornament red, and what's this one? It's vintage photo. That's the moss. Okay, here's the light blue. I might change that color. I can put a little bit of blue in the middle of it. And I could mix this blue and the green together and maybe make a kind of a purpley color. It didn't work so good, did it? That's all right. Okay, so then I'm going to take and paint the tree with the green. It's a really dark green. So this is a forest moss, so I might want to go in there with a little bit of that too, just to make it more evergreeny. That might be a good color for the trunk too. Okay. On his, he kind of went over a little bit. He has a little bit going down here, and this is kind of colored, and this is kind of colored. This is torn on his, so I'm probably going to do that. Then he's got really wet vintage photo, I think, around the edges here to make it look kind of antique-y. I think all his, no, I was thinking all his edges were ripped, but they aren't. I can use my distress tool on that part. But I think this goes so quick. Well, after you do all the other parts. But I thought this was kind of fun. I'm just going to pull it in there a little bit, so I don't have such a rigid line. Picking up some other colors there, aren't I? Push that yellow back in there. That's okay if it kind of like that sparkling out of there a little bit. Okay, so then his is ripped here. I'm going to rip that a little bit. And it looks like he did a forward tear because you can see the fuzzy back. And again, I'm just going to take some vintage photo and put it across that bottom like that. Now, this should sit and dry for a while, but not too long. And then I'm going to put it on. I got this paper at Tuesday morning also. It's a core paper, which is fun to emboss. I have some other ideas for that too. But I'm going to put it on here. And this was another piece to go with this set, this Happy Holidays. And that is going to be my card. So I am going to get busy coloring the rest of them and letting them dry, and then I'll come back and show you the results. I just think it's really a cute card and pretty simple. I have all my trees colored, even the ones that I didn't emboss, and they colored pretty good. And I found that sometimes I would just scrape them in the wet ink too, and that helped. It was kind of fun. The messier the better. I really like that. Then with those pieces that I stamped, I stamped the ink on my glass, and then I just watered it, sprayed it with a squirt bottle, and then I just kept laying this piece of watercolor paper on top of that, and then drying it, and then laying it again, and then drying it. And now I have a nice piece for a background. Okay, so now I'm going to take these, and this is 11 by 4 1/4, and I'm just going to put this on here like this, and then the Happy Holidays down here, and I'll probably stamp the inside too. So I think I'm going to use this. Really, this tape is hard to use, but it's really sticky, and I don't know why that is. Why this is any stickier than the, this one's a little narrower, but the harder one to use is a lot stickier, and that may be why it's so hard to use. And with this watercolor paper, I feel like I really need to do that. So that is the way my Christmas card for this month is going to look. I just show you how I'm stamping the inside of these cards. I folded them this way so I can fold them back that way, and then I put a stamp over on this side of my little Misty. I'm still waiting for the Tim Holtz one. I don't know what the holdup is on that, but I pre-ordered it quite a long time ago, so I don't know what's going on. So then I just go over like this and stamp it on. This is a really old sentiment from this stamp set that says, at Christmas time, play and make good cheer, for Christmas time comes once a year. And I thought that was really cute. So that's the way I'm getting it, kind of in the center, and that is the way all my cards are going to look. I think I made a dozen this month. 3, 6, 9. Yep, I have a dozen cards this month. So thanks for watching again. Go on over to Your Paper Pantry. We have a lot of fun swaps and challenges, and remember, this one is just to get you ready for your Christmas cards. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.